Hello, everyone. I am here with Lou Reed, and we are talking about an upcoming challenge that she has going on, and it's a 7-week energy challenge. And Lou, I would love for you to talk a little bit more about what this challenge is all about, because I know that it's restoring the unknown forces that shape our life, correct? And I just think that I love what you're doing. Go ahead and let us know a little bit more about it.
Well, I might just go back to a moment in time in my life and talk about what I mean by unknown forces. So, I was kidnapped and tortured by people who are known as Australia's most gruesome serial killers. And I was just turned my teens. I just turned 12, 13. I was around that age. And that experience changed me on a deep soul level. And while I had people who were well-meaning, who loved me and wanted to support me, I had withdrawn so far into myself that even I couldn't reach me. And so as I went through my healing journey, I discovered that there's 4 levels of consciousness and that each one of us live in one of those levels. Everyone on the planet is living in some level of consciousness. And as I moved through the levels of consciousness and expanded, I found that there were 5 tools that I applied to each level. And then I started using it in my practice or in my clinic with my beloveds, and we got revolutionary change every single time. It didn't matter if they had a life-threatening illness, if they'd had depression for years, anxiety for years, chronic illness, whatever it was, we were getting change. And so we went global, as you know, about, I think it must be about 18 months ago now. And we had 6,000 women come from all over the world in 31 countries. And the same thing happened, sustainable change. And now we're really passionate about putting these tools in the hands of as many women as we possibly can so that we can start to curate humanity together. The time it alone was over. It's time for us to come together as one and value our worth and each other's worth. And so I launched a practitioner training. I'd been doing energy work for so long, and I thought, oh, this is a base entry. And I found it's not base entry. And so now we've created the challenge for people just to come in and see how simple 2 to 3 minute energy practices daily can literally transform your life. And that's what it's about.
I love that. I love that. It's so important. So I know that you have a process that you want to take us through.
I do.
I am excited about this because I love processes.
So are you ready? Shall we just dive in?
I am ready. We can dive in. I have my cat who decided to let herself in. And so I'm going to actually take her
right
out for just
a second. It's not unusual. Animals always tend to come to the frequency.
You know,
so
is it okay if she stays? Okay, it's okay.
Oh, yeah.
You can stay, sweetie. Okay, great.
She's coming to add to the healing. So you have paper and a pen?
And she needs the healing. Yes, I do.
Great. Okay, so the 7-week challenge is a deep dive into the stories we've created around our core needs. So we're going to get a snapshot, a moment in time of where are we now, and then identify an intention to hold as we move through the 7 weeks. And at the end of the 7 weeks, we'll come back and do it again so people can see the transformation. With energy work, the transformation can be so organic that we can forget where we were. Mm-hmm. So this is just a snapshot of where we are right now today. So I'm going to invite you to think of a symbol that feels like you. And what color would that symbol be? And then just draw that symbol any size in anywhere on the page, any color, any size, and just draw it. So when we're doing this, I invite everybody not to think too much. Otherwise, our gatekeeper comes in and our conscious mind starts to play. We want to do it fairly quickly so that our subconscious starts to direct the conversation. So if you just grab a pencil, any color, and then draw the symbol, any size on the page. And let me know when you've done that.
No,
Are you doing that, Tony, for us?
Yes, I did.
Good. Okay. So
I did it with my eyes closed.
I'd love you to I'd love you to think of a symbol that feels like basic needs. Now, let me just expand on a definition. Quite often people think basic needs are a roof over your head, clothes on your back, and food on the table. But in actual fact, I'd love you to expand your definition to include things like temperature. Now, that's a really odd thing to say, but we need something called homeostasis. We can't be too cold or too hot, or it really affects us. So it could be where you live. It could be at home, you don't have air conditioning and it's really uncomfortable. The other thing that we really need, that as women we quite often forget to include in our basic needs, is sex. Quite often sensuality and sexuality is something that we disconnect from some years ago, but to have a healthy, active sex life with others and also with ourselves, sacred sexuality is really important. So I'd love you just to take that into your energy field and then think of a symbol that feels like basic needs and grab a color that feels like basic needs and then draw that symbol anywhere, any size on the page. I can see you smiling over there.
I think that's so important.
It is.
So people just don't, you know, it's like, let's just not talk about that. And it's like, no, let's, yeah.
Yeah. And it's really interesting. Quite often when my beloveds come to me and we start talking about sensuality and sexuality, they always think of sacred sexuality with others, and they forget that sacred sexuality with self is really important as well. Important piece of our wholeness, of our oneness.
Yes.
Okay. So now I'd love you to think about your safety. So your current life now, safety, and I'm going to invite you to expand your thinking around safety. Can you be your unedited true self with everybody in your life? That's a tricky one, right? Because we always hide parts of ourselves. So I know I went to work and I had a mask that I wore, and then with my family I put another mask on, and then with my friends I was constantly changing, which was really exhausting. And so if safety was a symbol, what symbol would it be? What color would it be? And then simply draw that symbol anywhere on the page, any size. This is what I call having a conversation with our subconscious.
I love it. So much fun.
Okay. So the next core need we're going to look at is love and belonging. So it builds on top of safety. If you're not being your unedited true self with everyone in your life, my question to you is, are you being loved for the very one that you are? If love and belonging was a symbol, what shape would it be? What color would it be? And the invitation is to draw that anywhere on the page, any size. Excuse me, I've got terrible sinus with all these bushfires.
Man, yeah. You know, that was fires in California, and it was causing all kinds of same sort of stuff. Okay.
Right. So moving on from love and belonging, we step into self-esteem. So self-esteem is sharing our sacred work in the world. So when you think of grounded in your own power and radiating out who you are into the world and seeing your medicine and sharing it, if that was a symbol, what would it be? What color would it be? And then just drawing it anywhere, any size on the page.
Let me see. I'm not sure if I have that color.
Then if you don't have it, as you're drawing it with whatever color, visualize it the color that you want it to be. It's absolutely fine if it's energetic. And we're not looking for, this is not an art lesson. It's simply an energetic expression. And I invite you to keep it very childlike. So very line drawing, gift drawing, so that our inner critic doesn't come out to play. Give yourself permission to be childlike with the rose-colored glasses.
Perfect.
Great. Now we move from self-esteem, we move into beauty. So I'm going to invite you to expand on your thinking of beauty. So internal beauty. Is your self-talk loving? Do you say, can you see your inner beauty when you close your eyes and go into your internal terrain? What image do you hold of yourself and your life? And so if beauty was a symbol, what color would it be? And then just draw that shape any size, anywhere on the page. Cool. Okay. The last symbol is self-actualization. So self-actualization, expanding your thinking around that, is safe to be your unedited true self in all areas of your life with all people, accepted, loved, and seen and heard by those in your life, grounding in your power, claiming the beauty and allowing it to shine out into the world as medicine. If that was a symbol, what would it be? What color would it be? And then just drawing that symbol anywhere and any size on the page. Done. Fantastic. Now, if you could grab a black pen or a dark colored pen so it stands out. Now, in the top, we want to write N for north. So we're aiming for around about here. So top in the middle, we're going to write N for north at the top of your page.
Okay.
And then directly below that, in the middle, at the bottom, we're going to do S for south. And I'm so dyslexic with west and east.
I know, me too.
This side, we're going to do a W in the middle.
Got it.
And then east on the other side. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. And so in north, we're going to write future.
Okay.
In the south, we're going to write past. In the east, we're going to write emotional. And in the west, we're going to write unemotional. And now we're going to have a sneak peek at your process. So are you open to sharing?
I am. I'm open to sharing. Do I have to talk about it or?
If you just hold it up and let me have a quick look at it.
Here you go.
And I need to put my glasses on here. Great.
Yeah, the first one I just drew, it's supposed to be like a maroon color, but.
So which is the symbol for you?
It's the one, the big one in the middle.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
The, is it like a wand or is it the spiral?
Oh, sorry. It's this, it's like a big, it's this, well, it's the big, I don't know if you can see it there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Great. So what that's saying is that you're in the center of your life and that you're claiming your space.
Oh, okay.
Okay, great. And then your symbol for basic needs, which one's that?
It's the one on the very, very bottom.
The Moroni one?
Mm-hmm.
Great. So what that's saying is it's in the West. It's saying that your basic needs are grounded in your past and they expand out and up. So they're saying that your safety comes from the healing of your wounded stories.
Ah, okay. Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool. This is so cool. Okay.
And now tell me, sorry, let me just go back. Was that your basic needs or your safety?
Needs are here.
Great. So your basic needs, means that you are grounded and in your past,
Mhm.
and that you have taken the tools out of the experiences and they're holding you. Yeah.
Ah, great. So cool.
And safety, that's safety.
Mhm.
So safety sits inside of your basic needs. So your basic needs are important for you to feel safe.
Ah, okay.
But what I would really like is them to be in the center rather than in the past. They're still a little bit in the past rather than, yeah. So
Yeah.
that's telling me that you could almost be turned around the other way facing it.
Oh.
So moving forward is a little bit challenging for you. It's almost like you're dragging it behind you.
Okay. Oh, this is so
Does that make
cool.
sense?
Yes. Super cool. Okay. So the next part
Okay.
was
And now let's look at love and belonging. Where's the love and belonging?
right here.
Yeah, it's really interesting. So the
Yep.
love and belonging is on the outskirts, and they're not. It's almost like you've left them behind.
Oh.
And it's fragmented. So part is emotional and part is non-emotional. So you kind of step into one or the other.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
so my suggestion for the challenge ahead would be to bring them back on path and integrate them, because it's almost as though love and belonging, you go off path over here, you come back to center, and then you go off path and you go over there. So you kind of swing from being too emotional to not emotional enough. That's what it's saying. Does that make sense?
Oh, and that is so very true. Yes. Yes.
Great. And esteem, what is the symbol for esteem?
Up here.
So interesting. So again, your love and belonging and your esteem are both doing the same thing. However, your love and belonging are kind of in the past that are almost holding you back. But your esteem is in the future. So it's like it's something you're reaching for, but you can't quite grasp. And it's also separated. So your emotional side is reaching and your unemotional side is reaching. But when you bring that self-esteem back to center, you'll find that when you bring the love and belonging back to center, the esteem will come online. And what's beautiful about its location is it's in the future. So as soon as you bring the love and belonging back to center, so above the blue spiral, then what will happen is you'll walk into your self-esteem organically.
Okay. You know what? I messed up. I think this is esteem right here. And then this is the other one.
The beauty?
This is beauty. This is self-esteem. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's really interesting that you have love and belonging separate, yet your esteem has come together. So your esteem is something that it's almost as though, what's the language? It's pure determination driving the esteem. It's a lot of hard work because you haven't integrated your love and belonging so that you organically move into self-esteem. So it's there, but you're really having to work it hard. Does that make sense?
That is something I've been working on. Yes. Yes.
So the secret is not to work on the esteem. The secret is to work on the love and belonging, because when you bring the love and belonging, the two green pieces into the center, you'll organically have esteem.
That is so on it.
And what happens is a lot of people have a core need that's out of balance and they constantly work on that core need, but you've got to go back to the one before.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's the one before that's blocking it from unfolding. And you'll notice that you've got your basic needs with your safety, and then the love and belonging's tucked on the outside. It's fragmented. As soon as you bring those two green pieces, love and belonging, together, you'll organically fall into esteem.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Oh,
So with your esteem, then from esteem, you've got your 2 beauty, which again is fragmented. So you kind of go out to come in to go out again. But beauty is still out of reach. It's something you're reaching for. And it says that you swing from emotion to non-emotion with your beauty. And is that, it looks like a stick. Is that your self-actualization?
Yeah, it's like a staff.
So that's saying to me that you beat yourself up a lot.
Oh, wow.
And it's actually, you're beating your esteem up. You're beating yourself up around not having esteem in the way that you feel that you should.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
And so that is blocking the beauty. And interestingly enough, people strive for self-esteem and it eludes them. You've got to come back to the one before. If self-esteem isn't organically unfolding, then you have to come back to beauty. If beauty is not organically unfolding, you come back to esteem. They all build on each other, and without a solid foundation in one, you can't organically move through the layers.
Right.
And so what happens is we have these wounded stories that have shaped the way that we live inside of each of our core needs. And that's why I'm passionate about teaching the 5 energy tools. And once you've learnt them, you can apply them to any area of your life. You don't need to come back and do the training. You've got them, you know them. You can, what I call, have life edits. So you move through life, life gives you feedback, and then you go, oh, let me pull out the 5 tools, and then you apply them. But yeah, a lot of people focus on the area that's not working for them. And it's the secret is to come back to the one before, because that's the one that's out of alignment. Otherwise it would organically show up.
Right. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, this is super cool, really revealing.
I know people say to me, oh, how did you know that? And I'm like, well, I didn't. Your subconscious is having a conversation with us, because our conscious mind speaks in word, our subconscious mind speaks in image,
Symbols.
and our unconscious speaks in symbol. So when we do symbol, image, word, color, then your subconscious comes out to play, and it's got verbal diarrhea because most people have ignored it for so long. It just goes blur, and then it comes onto the page, and then I just show people how to unpack it. So this is a fabulous process. No matter what's happening in life, you can just sit down and ask a question and do a symbol and an image, and eventually you'll go, oh, that's what that's about, and you find language for it.
Yeah. Oh, wow. It is so cool. So cool. Very revealing. I can't wait to watch this again and really like take some time and look at it and just go, ha, you know, do some writing.
Yeah. And the invitation is that for your beloveds, once they've done this, they're welcome to come over to our Facebook group and post it. And then our energy specialists will help unpack and support them in setting an intention for the 7-week challenge. And then at the end of the 7-week challenge, we'll do it again so they can see how far they've come in such a short time.
Oh, this is so exciting. Thank you so much.
My
So
pleasure.
so it's a free, so again, once again, it's free to do this this process, but then and to post it into the Facebook group, but then your the 7-week
the challenge is free. It's a 7-week free energy challenge. Each week you have 5 prompts, and we do it live. So the next live challenge is Solstice, which is the 21st of December, and I'll be running the live challenge, and I'll be in Facebook every day. And so we have 6 energy specialists that come in and look after and tend everybody, and we'll be guiding you through the 7 weeks, showing you how to apply the 5 energy principles to each core need to bring you back into balance. It's just that simple. All pain or disease is simply trapped energy in our system, and what we want to do is clear it.
So if folks have, like, say, I know how the holidays can be a little bit of a crazy time, so if they miss something, will they be able to catch up later on?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. They can stay in the challenge and keep doing the challenge. Once they're in the challenge, we run the challenge, I think it's about 4 times a year. So they can stay in the Facebook group. And so, for example, some people might only get to the 2nd core need. And then the next time that we do the challenge, they'll get through to the 4th core need. So there's no hurry, particularly with energy work. It's important that you work at your own pace. So you'll have 12 months access to redo the challenge each time. Or you can just finish
Oh,
the challenge and redo it again anyway
yeah.
and just
Oh,
go to a
perfect.
particular level.
Wonderful, wonderful. And so all of the details to sign up will be, I'll just post them below this video, and
Beautiful.
we can do that then. Oh my goodness. So thank you so much, Lou. This has been so much fun to connect with you and to do this really cool exercise. You know, I'm
And
gonna
as
want to
we
do
were
it again and
talking
again.
about before, it is school holidays. So it's a great process to do with your children.
Yes, yes.
Get the art journals out, sit down, do the prompts, and do it as a family. It's a wonderful way to find new language to communicate with each other.
And so much fun. I know that I'm a teacher by day, and so it's something that I know I want to do with my students even. Just be like, oh, this is kind of fun stuff. So awesome. Thank you. I appreciate you taking some
My absolute pleasure. I'm very excited to see the transformation because energy medicine is so quick.
time.
It's quite it can take a while for our mind to grasp, oh my God, that's changed.
Yeah. Yeah. Truly, truly. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much.
You're
Alrighty.
welcome.
So, mwah, mwah. And so for all of you, be on the lookout for all of the stuff to sign up below on this page, wherever we're at. I know that I'm going to be posting it. I'm going to be sending information out via my email and on Facebook. So I'm really excited for all of this and all of the amazing transformations that are going to happen because of it. So thank you.
Thank you, Tony.
All righty.